Hello, Mike, and hello to all our English learners. Welcome back to the English Talk Time, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Ellie, your friendly host who loves helping you improve your English and inspired your life. And as always, I'm joined by my fantastic co-host, Mike. How are you doing today?
Hello, Ellie. Hello, everyone here. I'm doing great, feeling good and ready for a deep and meaningful talk today. How about you?
I'm feeling peaceful too, Mike. Today's topic is really special. We're talking about something that so many people forget to do, learning to love yourself more than anyone else. Our listeners, if you want to improve yourself, understand your English better, and truly level up in life, then this video is for you.
That's right. It sounds simple, but it's actually one of the hardest things in life. Many of us spend years trying to please other people, to make them happy, to get their approval, and we forget to take care of our own hearts.
Exactly. And in today's episode, we're not only going to talk about why self-love matters, but also how to practice it every day. And of course, we'll explain some helpful English phrases along the way.
So, if you're listening to this, get comfortable. Maybe make yourself a cup of tea, take a deep breath, and let's talk slowly, step by step.
Mike, let's start with a simple question. What does loving yourself really mean?
Good question. I think loving yourself means accepting who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, your mistakes, everything. It's about being kind to yourself, not judging yourself too much, and knowing that you are enough even when you are not perfect.
Yes, that's such a good point. Sometimes people think self-love means being selfish or thinking you're better than others, but it's not that. It's about respecting yourself the same way you respect others. You treat yourself with care.
Exactly. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? That's a common English saying.
Oh yes, that's a great idiom. Let's explain it. You can't pour from an empty cup means you can't help others if you don't first take care of yourself. Just like if your cup is empty, you have nothing left to give.
That's so true. For example, imagine a mother who is always taking care of her children and family, but never takes a break. If she gets tired or sick, she can't care for them anymore. That's why self-care is important, not selfish.
I love that example. So, loving yourself also means understanding your limits, knowing when you need to rest or when you need to say no. That can be hard for many people.
Yeah, saying no is one of the hardest lessons. I used to say yes to everything because I didn't want to disappoint anyone, but that only made me stressed and unhappy.
Me too, Mike. It took me years to learn that it's okay to say no sometimes. Actually, no is a powerful word. It's a complete sentence. You don't always have to explain yourself.
Right. In English, we often say set boundaries. A boundary means a line that you don't let people cross. It's about protecting your peace.
Exactly. Let's give an example. If your friend keeps calling you late at night when you're trying to sleep, you can kindly say, "Hey, I need to rest early. Can we talk tomorrow?" That's setting a healthy boundary.
And that's also a part of self-love, communicating clearly and respecting your own needs. When you do that, people will respect you more too.
That's true. Now, let's talk about something deeper. Many people don't love themselves because they keep comparing their lives to others. Social media makes that even worse.
Oh, yes. We see other people's perfect pictures online, and we start thinking, why don't I look like that? Or, why isn't my life so exciting? But those pictures only show one part of their life, the best part. we don't see their struggles.
Exactly. So, one important step to love yourself is to stop comparing. Instead of thinking, I'm not as good as them, say, I'm growing in my own way. The phrase, in my own way, means in a style or speed that is personal to you.
That's a beautiful phrase, Ellie. You know, I remember when I was younger, I always compared myself to my successful friends. They had better jobs, bigger houses, more money. But I realized one day that happiness doesn't come from competition. It comes from appreciation.
That's powerful, Mike. And the word appreciation means to be thankful for what you already have, right?
Exactly. When we appreciate our small wins, our good health, our friends, we start feeling more peaceful inside. That's self-love too.
I think self-love is like watering a plant. You don't see it grow immediately, but if you care for it every day, it becomes stronger and more beautiful over time.
I love that metaphor. Watering a plant means giving yourself small acts of kindness every day. Maybe it's saying something positive to yourself in the morning, or taking a walk, or just forgiving yourself when you make a mistake.
Yes, forgiveness is a big one. So many people hold on to guilt for years. They keep saying, I should have done this, or I'm so stupid. But self-love means you forgive yourself for not knowing better before. You learn and move forward.
There's a saying I love, don't look back, you're not going that way. It means don't live in the past, look forward with hope.
Beautiful. And that's a perfect English expression to remember. Now, Mike, I want to ask, what's one real experience when you learned to love yourself more?
Let me think. A few years ago, I lost my job. I felt terrible, like a failure. I kept blaming myself. But during that time, I started reading more, exercising, and spending quiet moments with my thoughts. I realized my worth wasn't just about my job title, it was about who I was as a person. That was the moment I started truly respecting myself.
That's a touching story, Mike. I had a similar experience too. When I went through a breakup, I felt like I wasn't enough. But instead of rushing into another relationship, I decided to spend time alone. I learned new hobbies, practiced gratitude, and treated myself kindly. That time alone helped me grow stronger and happier.
That's amazing, Ellie. It shows how pain can become a teacher. Sometimes the most difficult moments are the ones that teach us how to love ourselves more deeply.
That's so true. And for our listeners, if you're going through something painful right now, remember you're still valuable, you're still growing, and you deserve love, especially from yourself.
You know, Ellie, another phrase we can teach here is talk to yourself kindly. Many people don't realize they speak negatively to themselves all day. They say things like, I'm stupid, or I can't do this. But what if you talk to yourself like you would to a best friend?
Exactly. Imagine your best friend makes a mistake. You wouldn't say, you're terrible. You would say, it's okay, you tried your best. That's how we should speak to ourselves too.
That's called positive self-talk. It's a great phrase in English that means using kind and encouraging words for yourself.
And it really changes how you feel. Another important thing is to do things that make you happy. Some people wait for others to make them feel loved, but love starts inside. Do something small every day that brings you joy.
For example, listen to music, read a good book, cook your favorite meal, or take a walk in nature. These little moments can fill your heart with peace.
That's true. And you know what else? Learning something new, like English, can also be an act of self-love because you're investing in yourself and your future.
I love that idea, Ellie. So, to our listeners, every time you study English, you're not just learning a language, you're building confidence. You're showing yourself that you believe in your potential.
Exactly. Let's review a few useful phrases from today's talk. We mentioned set boundaries, you can't pour from an empty cup, positive self-talk, and in my own way. These are great to practice in your daily life.
And more than just words, remember their meaning. Each one teaches you to protect your peace, care for yourself, and believe in your journey.
Beautifully said. Before we finish, Mike, I want to end with a small reflection. Beautifully said. Before we finish, Mike, I want to end with a small reflection question for our listeners. What is one small thing you can do today to show love to yourself?
That's such a good question. Maybe it's forgiving yourself, taking a rest, or saying something kind in the mirror. Whatever it is, start now. Because when you love yourself, you become a light for others too.
That's perfect, Mike. And remember, everyone, you are enough, just as you are. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You just need to be you.
Well, Ellie, I think that's the perfect way to end today's episode.
Yes. Thank you, Mike, for this beautiful conversation.
Thank you too, Ellie. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on the English Talk Time. If you enjoyed today's slow English conversation, don't forget to follow us for more stories, learning tips, and motivational talks.
Until next time, take care of yourself, love yourself, and keep learning English with joy. Bye, everyone.